English striker Michael Owen has played football for some of the biggest clubs in the game. With 40 international caps to his name, his experience and scoring ability make him a force to be reckoned with. Currently playing for EPL club Manchester United, Michael has been scoring goals on a regular basis for over a decade. At just 5 feet 9 inches in his socks, his sharp pace and deadly strikes have seen him mix it with the best footballers on the planet. The fourth son of former footballer Terry Owen and his wife Jeanette, Michael James Owen was born on December 14, 1979 in Chester, England. With little else to do, the northern city provided the perfect environment for an aspiring footballer to grow up in. Young Michael had all the time in the world to hone his passing and goal kicking, and even as a schoolboy, he was clearly already on his way to international stardom. Whilst playing for his school's football team, he scored a staggering tally of 79 goals in a single season, breaking the previous record and making headlines in the process.
I would say position for position, Michael was the best player that we've ever had. And that has been borne out by his astronomical rise in the professional game over the last 9 months.
Michael's rise to the top still continues to inspire the local children.
He can score a lot of goals from long distances. It's very good because we haven't got many people playing for England that are from around here.
At just 13, Michael Owen became eligible to sign a schoolboy contract with an EPL club. After talks with the Big Four, he chose Liverpool. He made his senior team debut at 18 against Wimbledon in May 1997. After a slow first season and only 2 appearances, he hit his straps the following season by scoring 23 goals in 44 games. He was rewarded by being voted the PFA Young Player of the Year.
We play at home and we play in front of English crowds, and English crowds are known for their passion and whatever, so I think if you enjoy playing the game, then you enjoy atmospheres that are loud, and it gives you an extra spur to play well.
His star continued to rise, and despite having a few frustrating years due to injury, overall he enjoyed 8 great years at the club. While he was there, he played a major part in Liverpool's success, particularly during their outstanding run in 2001, which saw them win 5 different tournaments. Their haul included the UEFA Cup, as well as the FA Cup, in which they beat Arsenal 2-1. Michael scored the equaliser, then the winning goal with only minutes to spare. In 2004, with the Galacticos in full swing at Real Madrid, the Spanish club offered to buy him for €9 million.
Buenos dias todos. Okay. My dad has been telling me about the great Real Madrid teams of the 1960s. He says De Stefano and Puskas are 2 strikers that were just unbelievable. He also says Hentos was the quickest number 11 he has ever seen. And today, I'm so proud to be wearing his number 11 shirt again.
Despite being Liverpool's leading goal scorer every season since 1998, the offer was too good for the Reds to refuse. The signing saw him join the likes of David Beckham, Luis Figo and Zinedine Zidane at Estadio Bernabeu. Not only was the signing a sound football decision, it was also a marketing coup. After he was presented with the number 11 jersey, fanatical Real Madrid supporters snapped up his new shirt in a buying frenzy. They literally flew off the shelves. Although his form in the EPL was world-class, he struggled to shine in Spain. Not only did he have a new environment, new teammates and new game style to contend with, having so many superstars in the one side forced him to compete against his own players just to get the ball. To put it simply, he was no longer the best player in his side.
I haven't set the world alight at Real Madrid, but likewise I haven't been as as bad or as non-effective as some people have said. I mean, I've not played as much as I'd like to, but I knew it was going to be a challenge right from the start, so it was nothing new. I mean, everyone could see that right from the start, so I don't know why it's such a big surprise now.
Enduring poor form and a lot of time on the bench, rumours started circulating that he could be leaving Real after just one season. However, Michael dug in and stuck it out to finish that first season with 16 goals to his name. After months of speculation, he ended up leaving Real Madrid on August 2005 and signed with Newcastle United. Although he had an average season by his standards at Real, Newcastle agreed to sign the striker for a then club record fee of close to €18 million. As expected, Michael was relieved to be back on home soil.
Yeah, well, I've obviously had a bit of a head spin in a couple of days, but to start with, that's not a complaint. Obviously, I've had three great clubs in the frame, in Newcastle United, Liverpool and Real Madrid, and the further and further it got towards the transfer deadline, the more and more it started getting clear that Newcastle was going to be my destination. And I'd met with, as everyone knows, the Real Madrid president and directors and managers, and then with Rick Parry of Liverpool and Rafa Benitez. And I came up here and met the Newcastle contingent as well. And yeah, at the end of it all, I thought the best for my future and best for everything was to move to Newcastle.
And he was not the only one excited about his move to St James Park. The Newcastle United fans were also ecstatic.
But bringing Michael Owen to the club, although we haven't got European football this year, basically sends out the right message to any other potential signings that the club might have in the bag, and it's a great signing. I mean, it's up there, as I say, with Alan Shearer and Kevin Keegan, and hopefully it'll turn our season around. I don't think the goals for tally will be standing at nil for much longer.
Now at his third club in 2 years, any Michael Owen fans keen to keep up to date on the latest merchandise had to shell out again. His new black and white jersey bore the number 10 he'd worn while at Liverpool, and the new shirts sold like hotcakes. After missing the start of the 2005-2006 season with a thigh injury, he returned to score his first goal for the Magpies against Blackburn Rovers on September 18th. A few months later, he scored a hat-trick against West Ham, and the poor form monkey looked to be off his back. However, he missed the majority of the 2006-2007 season with a knee injury and struggled to regain his touch. His time looked to be up at St James Park. On July 3, 2009, it was announced that Michael had signed with EPL powerhouse Manchester United. With good form eluding him ever since leaving Liverpool in 2004, the striker from Chester was keen to revitalise his career at Old Trafford.
The club doesn't stand still, we still look forward. Like you said, we've signed Michael Owen, who is a proven world-class striker. So everyone's excited about the new season.
Now that the talented Cristiano Ronaldo was off to Spain, manager Alex Ferguson opted for a ready-made player to take his place. Handing Michael the famous number 7 shirt, there was no doubting Sir Alex's expectations.
The jersey has been worn by some high-profile players, and I think we have that in Michael Owen. His profile for the last decade has been outstanding, and to choose someone with that, you have to be confident that he can carry that, and as a confidence in himself, I'm not concerned about what the supporters think, because the important thing is to give it to someone who's confident to use it and wear it. You could give it to a young player who may be beyond him at the moment, and I think that he was a natural one to get it.
With arguably the greatest football manager of all time guiding him, he has every chance of exceeding the expectations of his former number 10 jersey. Over the course of his career, there is no denying that Michael has so far played his best football at Liverpool. During his time there, he scored 158 goals from 297 appearances, averaging 1 goal every 1.8 games. At just 18 years of age, Michael Owen made his debut for England on February 11, 1998 in a friendly against Chile.
I think he's an instinctive goal scorer. He can play in a few positions. Although he's a striker, he can play in a withdrawn role at times, just off the front. He's a very intelligent player, and as I say, the potential's there, and the ability's there at the moment. And I've always gone on record saying it doesn't matter if they're 34 or if they're 17, it's their quality, and this lad's got quality. I don't mind saying it in front of him, because that's why he's here.
Not only had he made an impressive start to his career at Liverpool, he had also dominated the field in England's under-20 side.
Well, yeah, it's a great chance for me. I think that's a record everyone's been talking about, and it would be a great achievement to get it. But I'm just looking to do as well as I can throughout training this week, and hopefully do well if I get a part to play in the game.
Unlike some other footballers, he didn't take his natural talent for granted. Once in the national side, he continued to work at his game, determined to make the most of his opportunities. After 3 years of solid football for England and approaching his 20th international goal, he received some welcome news.
It's a young one, Michael Owen.
And nobody deserved the captaincy more than Michael Owen.
He was a footballer of Europe last year, and I think he's a very clean one. He's very popular in the squad, in England, outside England, and it's up to him to show that he's also a leader. I don't know. I think so.
When the manager told me, it was obviously straight on the phone to my mum and dad and close friends and family, and a very, very proud moment.
Michael received the captain's armband temporarily after regular captain David Beckham was unable to play due to injury. He captained his country for the first time in April 2002 for a friendly against Paraguay. This saw him become the youngest player to captain England since Bobby Moore in 1963. In his first game as captain, he scored once as England smashed Paraguay 4-0. Over the next few seasons, he continued to captain England as Beckham constantly fought with injury. With the 2002 FIFA World Cup fast approaching, he was in great form, scoring again in a friendly against Korea Republic, just weeks out from the tournament. Although Beckham returned to play in the 2002 FIFA World Cup, Michael's leadership skills proved vital to England's success. After cruising through the group stage, they eventually lost in the quarter-finals to Brazil 2-1. Michael had scored England's only goal. After the disappointment of the World Cup, England focused on qualifying for Euro 2004. Michael continued to find the back of the net, scoring 4 times during the qualifying rounds. It was during Euro qualification that he received his 50th international cap.
It is staggering, and I think sometimes we overlook some of Michael's achievements. He's been in the side for so long, but the goals that he's scored and to have 50 caps at his age is a phenomenal achievement, and who knows how many he could go on to pick up. So we're very lucky to have a striker like him, and as I say, I think sometimes we take it for granted, but he deserves all the accolades for reaching that target at the age that he is.
Euro 2004 saw England once again cruise through the group stage, but bow out in the quarter-finals. This time it was Portugal who inflicted the fatal blow, beating the 3 Lions on penalties. Michael scored once for the tournament, with young gun Wayne Rooney scoring 4 times. After some poor seasons, he tried valiantly to return to his best for the 2006 FIFA World Cup.
Probably the last World Cup was the hardest to get over. We do feel like we were 2 minutes away from going in at half-time 1-0 up and having a totally different attitude, a totally different way of approaching the second half, and as much as the manager and staff and the players even try to, block out that disappointment of conceding, just before half-time, it was a nasty feeling, especially when you get home and you see who's left in the competition, and we really would have fancied our chances. If we could have got through that, we would have been in the semi-finals.
During the tournament, he started in the first 2 of England's opening matches, but although his side won, Michael failed to trouble the scoreboard. In their third match against Sweden, he suffered a heartbreaking and season-ending injury just 51 seconds into the match. After such a tough road to the World Cup, Owen was left watching most of it from the sidelines. Without their experienced striker, England made it to the quarter-finals and were once again eliminated by Portugal on penalties.
He will probably be away for a long time, and I'm sorry for him. I told him that before he left yesterday. And that's happened in football. It's sad, but that's football, unfortunately.
A scan later confirmed that he had torn his anterior cruciate ligament.
You're in the World Cup zone and you're wanting to do really well for your country and for yourself, your family, everyone. And that split second, it's all taken away from you.
Owen returned home to England and watched his teammates play on TV. He was recalled for international duties after missing England's first 6 qualifying matches for Euro 2008. With Wayne Rooney taking over his mantle as England's #1 striker, it would seem that Michael's future international opportunities are limited. However, England manager Fabio Capello has not ruled him out from selection. A fierce competitor on the pitch, it could be said that Michael Owen is the complete opposite off-field. The ultimate family man always has time for his fans, and the boy from Chester certainly hasn't been swept away by the glitz of fame and fortune. Michael fell in love at first sight when he met his future wife, Louise Bonsall, at primary school in 1984. They got engaged on Valentine's Day in 2004 and married on June 24, 2005. The couple has 3 children together, Gemma Rose, James Michael and Emily May. Not one to keep his wealth to himself, Michael bought an entire street, Austin Close in Eulo, for his extended family to live in. His love of extravagance has also seen him travel to training via a helicopter, which he is fully licensed to fly. In 2003, reports surfaced that Michael suffered from a serious gambling addiction. At the time, he admitted to a passion for horse racing, which allegedly saw him lose around €45,000 in a year.
Players out there who get bored, have a lot of spare time, whether it's on horses, cards, gambling's a major part of society.
Gambling is common amongst professional footballers. And although it's not illegal to have a flutter on the ponies, it does set a bad example for aspiring players.
Football and gambling is quite a natural thing. It's in the makeup of probably most sportsmen and women, because that's what they're doing, taking instant decisions and challenges and risks.
Addicted to experiencing huge highs, gambling can be a way of reproducing that buzz.
There are a large number of high-profile sports people across all sports: golf, snooker, football, cricket, you name it. There's high-earning people getting problems through gambling.
Although the controversy surrounding his love for horses raised a few eyebrows, all in all, Michael has let his football do the talking throughout his career and is seen by many fans as a great role model. Throughout his career, Michael Owen has played alongside and been inspired by some brilliant footballers, and Alan Shearer is no exception. Shearer started his career in Southampton. After 4 seasons, he moved to Blackburn, where he started to show the talent he is now renowned for, scoring 130 times in just 171 games. In 1996, he transferred to Newcastle, where he played until he retired in 2006, after 404 games and 206 goals. Shearer played 63 times for England and scored 30 goals. Paul Gascoigne, or Gazza, is nowadays more recognised for his off-field antics than his on-field performances. He started his career at Newcastle. The young midfielder made his team debut against Queen's Park Rangers on April 13, 1985. It didn't take long before he found himself in trouble. Gazza transferred to the Tottenham Hotspurs for a then record fee of around €2.5 million. While at the Hotspurs, he won his only English trophy, the FA Cup, in 1991. After spells at Lazio, Rangers, Middlesbrough, Everton, Burnley, Gansu Tanmar and Boston United, Gascoigne eventually retired from football in 2005. Michael's former teammate Steven Gerrard has spent his entire club career with Liverpool. Signing his first professional contract with the Reds in 1997, He made his senior team debut on November 29, 1998 against Blackburn. Playing as a midfielder, Gerrard took on a major role at Liverpool at the turn of the century. His loyalty has been justly rewarded, helping the club win 10 trophies, including 2 FA Cups, 2 League Cups and the UEFA Champions League in 2004-2005. Since making his international debut in 2000, he has gone on to play 77 times for his country and score 16 goals in the process. New teammate and goal-scoring counterpart Wayne Rooney stormed onto the scene in 2002 when he made his debut for Everton at just 16 years of age. 2 months later, he scored the match-winning goal against reigning league champions Arsenal 5 days before his 17th birthday. After 2 seasons with the Toffees, the 18-year-old was transferred to Manchester United for close to €28 million. It was money well spent, as he has since helped them win 3 out of a possible 5 Premier League titles and the UEFA Champions League in 2007. Former English captain and proud wearer of Manchester United's famous number 7, David Beckham has no doubt been an inspiration to Michael. Although he's now more famous for his fashion and off-field appearances, David Beckham started his career with Manchester United in 1993, wearing the number 7. He helped the Red Devils win 6 league titles, including the treble in 1999. He currently plays for Italian club Milan. With a career that has spanned well over a decade, Michael Owen has had plenty of time to use his fame to earn a little extra pocket money. Like all smart footballers, he published an autobiography. His was called Michael Owen, Off the Record. The book revealed the highs and lows of being a professional footballer. He also took the opportunity to deal with accusations of being a diver, his injury troubles and alleged gambling addiction. Owen's contract with Man U is worth over €2.8 million annually, and his sponsors Umbro, Tissot and BMW also see him sitting pretty. However, in comparison with other big-name footballers, Owen's multi-millionaire status leaves him out of the race for the top 10. During his career, Michael's list of prestigious honours has placed him in the upper echelon of professional footballers. In his second senior season, he not only claimed the PFA Young Player of the Year award, but was also named the Premier League joint top scorer with 18 goals, an honour he reclaimed in 1999. However, his greatest accolade was winning the Ballon d'Or in 2001. The award, which is handed to the best footballer in Europe, saw Michael beat out the likes of Raul, Oliver Kahn and David Beckham. Now in the latter stages of his career, he still has much to contribute to any side, and with the FIFA World Cup on the horizon, he would no doubt be a valuable asset to the national team. If he can get off the bench, he'll be a key weapon in England's World Cup armoury.